Jean-Baptiste Poquelin was born January 13, 1622 in Paris, France. With his father an upholsterer and draper to the royal court, and an education at the finest schools, John seemed ready to take on his father's footsteps. However, young John had other plans.
I was a restless youngster. I was wild, hip, cool. I wanted to rock it out on stage. I was tired of hanging around the loom. I did not want to be overly engaged in business. I got lost easily. I wandered down many roads until I found I had completely left my family behind.
In June 1643, Moliere abandoned family plans for a theater career and founded the illustrious theater. However, he became bankrupt in 1645 and was slapped in prison for non-payment of debt. Under patronage of Philip, Duc d'Orleans, the troupe returned to Paris in 1658 and began to find success. It was then that he changed his name.
How has fame changed you?
Well, the people now, they love me. I no longer have to deal with being called Jean-Baptiste. I can pick a cool name like Moliere, and there is no one to know the difference. So, what could be better?
Tartuffe, the impostor, played in 1664 at Versailles for the king and created a huge scandal. It was then banned and made Moliere many enemies of the church.
So what did you think of the play, Mr. Priest?
Well, that's a good question, my son. I believe it to be a very ungodly play. Anybody who sees this as a work of literary or even cultural merit is nothing but a dirty atheist.
I would take it out with the likes of the trash. I have never been more offended in my life. I am so pissed.
I think people like my plays.
The truly pious will not be affected by such a play. I'm going straight to King Louis to get this play off the bill. Heathen!
So, Moliere, please tell us about your plays.
My plays were the spontaneous generation of a brilliant wit which was spilling out like a gallon of milk placed into a shot glass. I think people like my plays writing, keep creating endless works of art, because it awakens the human soul to tragedy, to mystery, to love. The beauty of literature knows no bounds. Life is a sick, everlasting dose of comedy from which you never want to recover, whether it be in the something like the École de Maris or École de Femmes. Who would not want to learn about the École de Femmes? I want to learn about the École de Femmes in my soul, in your soul.
Moliere suffered from pulmonary tuberculosis, and while performing in his play The Hypochondriac, he collapsed on stage, but completed the performance, and collapsed with a bigger hemorrhage, and died a few hours later.
Into it by the immenseness of the danger. A very intimate friend of mine who knows the interest I ought to take in everything may concern you. As for my sake, I lay it by a delicate stasis, not a delicate step. The secrecy due to the affairs of mon Dieu, I've gotten on the play. I must go on. I must persevere for art. The consequence of which reduces you to the experience of a sudden flight. The rogue who is long opposed you has thought fit to fuse you to the prince, put into his hand. And you kept the Duke the secret. I am not informed of the detail of the crime that you are. I must read both parts. I must finish his show. Now are his pretensions armed. The man I must own as well. I know that I must be fatal to you. Mon Dieu is fatal to me.
Moliere died February 17, 1673. Today, Moliere's legacy and influence in comedic literature continues to live on. A Tartuffe, for example, is now known today as a dictionary term for a hypocrite, especially one displaying affected morality or religious piety.
gross. His pot belly, oh my gosh, it makes me laugh.
I love him.
The right thing at the right time. He has utterly devoted himself to God. Such piety. It is so rare to find a man of such morals and such values this day and age. Oh,
Pissed off. My own father took the word of that despicable con artist over the truth that his son laid before him. To this day, I still cannot understand how he could have trusted that worthless wretch the way he did. But to be honest, I'm pretty traumatized about getting kicked out of the house.
His beautiful heart of gold. Goodness, I remember that one day he came crying to me because he killed a flea. He was suffering from guilt for the sin he committed. God bless that kind, kind soul.
That sick perv. Now, someday, I'm going to take a stick and I'm going to shove it up his...
he's the most noble man I have ever encountered in my life. It's a lack of respect for me. What happened to respecting one's elders? I would rather leave. I would rather perish than stay in this.
My father has supreme command over me. I have no mind of my own. Moliere. Moliere. Moliere.
My father, he's about as quick as an arthritic donkey. I imagine most people would have to try their hardest to stay duped for so long, but no, to my father, it comes naturally.
He's a fool!
Yes, I'm right and you're wrong. Women these days, they're too easily influenced and have no idea what they're talking about. Pitiful fools.
Those fools, they don't appreciate how nobly and how wonderfully Monsieur Tartuffe has run this household. How dare they accuse him of hypocrisy? I would rather leave. I would rather perish than stay in this household any longer with people like that.
No! Of course not. How dare you? Don't you have any shame? And even if I did, it was merely appreciating the fine creations of God.